Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the reaction log. Whoa! Alright, we got a special one here today, a spicy special one. So, this is somebody who I've had on before. I talk as if all of my guests, actually are here. We're doing a reaction right now. I did a reaction a while ago. It was actually a three-parter. It was a little bit of a doozy on breakthrough guitar. If you guys are a guitarist and you've been on YouTube, you've most definitely seen breakthrough guitar ads like this one right here. Paul Davis, what are you doing, man? Stop. What? Playing a steel string? But basically breakthrough guitar, it's one of those scammy guitar ad things where it's just this guy who's sitting there like, hey, do you hate playing guitar but you want to play guitar? You don't want to learn theory? You don't want to learn anything? You just want to have the thing already? They're gonna claim requires no learning. But even the method of breakthrough guitar, which we can maybe briefly look into it, a very strange method of learning scales in which they call patterns by X, X, Y, Y, and Z, Z. Let me actually look up guitar patterns XXX, yeah. Maybe YY is next, hold on. This approach to guitar scale patterns has absolutely blown my mind. The grand unification pattern. That sounds a little dangerous. I don't know about that. We don't need no grand unifying pattern. Yeah, the XYZ method. Basically, breakthrough guitar is stealing this XYZ method that's talked about in these videos, which I've looked at these, which these videos are insane, by the way.
Melodies you're playing.
Oh man, yeah, you need to know all your modes. But yeah, here it is. So, so basically the idea is that you can start on any note, and there's X, which is just whole steps, Y, which is half whole, and then whole half is Z. And you have to shift them also, because I mean, I know how to play scales. So we're gonna play a major scale. It's gonna be X, X, Y, but you also have to shift Y up a fret, and then Y again, and then Z again, but now you have to shift, and then Z again, and then if your guitar were to continue, I guess XX would be next. So now if we're starting here Z, it would be Z, Y, and there's no shift. We're good still. And now you shift 2. Oh yeah, you have to shift 2 across from the 3rd to 2nd string. Yeah, so that's the deal with this method, which there are a few issues with this that I find. First off, we're learning X, Y, Z, when it's what does that have to do with music? At least with the cage system, just 5 pattern scales, you can at least find the root on each string and build your major or minor scale off of it that way. And then just fill in the blanks. Kind of hard to tell exactly what key you're in just by doing this, because it's just a bunch of arbitrary patterns that we're giving arbitrary names to on top of that. At least when we're learning scale patterns in Caged, we have arbitrary patterns, sure. The names of the patterns have actual music names that we can describe. When I think of G major, for example, or any major key, I think of this pattern 2 4 1 2 4 1 3 4, and I'm thinking about the interval relative to the first note. Because that's really what it is on a guitar. That's the language of guitar. But the name that I have for that is not YYZ. It is G major. It's just that pattern starting on a G. And I can describe that to another musician and say yes, it's a major 2nd, major 3rd, perfect 4th, perfect 5th, major 6th, major 7th, bum. All those shapes correlate to real world music theory terms that mean something to a clarinet player. Which you can argue, the kind of guitar that I play, and hopefully the kind that we all play here, is the most solitary, isolated form of guitar possible, classical guitar. So, does it matter if you can convey it to people? I'd say yes, still. It'll also help you with your theory exams if you're in school. Whoops, I just got an email. I have a guitar lesson. I have to go. I'm gonna do that, and then we'll be back. Whoa, okay, sorry about that. I just had a lesson with Brandon Aker, as you guys know, if you've been watching. Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise. I kind of forgot. God, it was a great lesson. We talked about Baroque ornamentation and how I don't do it. It's a big eye-opener. There's a lot of freaking work I have to do. Working on the adagio. I was saying adagio in the lesson and he kept saying adagio, so I guess I'll call it adagio now. Alright, so having intellectually thought about this stuff, it takes me a little bit out of the making fun of stuff mind. Let's get back into it. So we have this weird way of playing guitar that's just based on made up patterns, X, X, Y, Y. XXX. What I especially find issue with it is it kind of just shows you the right notes to play in one spot, but it doesn't really show you like in a greater context. But we're gonna see. So this is Jonathan Boyd, who is the founder and mastermind of Breakthrough Guitar. The founder of Breakthrough Guitar playing an agile guitar. Because that's the thing with this guy. Like, if you ever watch any of his like tutorial videos, he never actually plays the guitar. Let's say,
let me see if you can hear. Let me know if you can hear this. I'm just gonna play something real quick. Can you hear that?
Oof. All right, so he did actually play something.
Yep, sounds great.
Okay, so let's hear it again.
Sounds great.
This is just a simple major scale. And of course, I'm playing with a little rhythm. These notes, this is the 7 notes in a scale, if a major scale.
You actually played 8 notes there. I know, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
If I take some of these notes and combine them in certain ways, I actually get a chord out of it. So here's the scale again. If I play this note, and this note, all at the same time, I actually get this chord.
We're missing a note, though. Where's the third?
If I play, let's say, this note, those 3 notes, I get this chord.
You're adding a couple extra notes in there, huh? Okay, so he's just going to explain stuff. He was actually playing guitar there, which is kind of... I wonder if anybody will mention that. Anyways, let's hear what he sounds like actually playing guitar with his method. I mean, let's see. This might be like a really good solo. God, look at this freaking guitar. Oh my lord. How many strings do we have on this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... What? Does it have 10 strings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the guitar that the Breakthrough Guitar guy would play. Maybe for a guitar like this, the system actually does make sense, because you have an insane amount of strings, so like, just think X, X, Y, Y, Z, whatever. It sounds like a bass. Why'd you cut? You did such a good riff there. But alright, I mean, like, just talking about the riff, you know, like, pentatonic scales, just... It's pretty, like, smooth, jazzy, and kind of rambly. I'll do a little impression of it. So my only issue so far is that he has not played a single chromatic note, which is fine. It's just a little boring. Maybe that's what the method is for. It's for, like, yeah, you're playing all the right notes, and you're not going to play any of the wrong ones. But I don't know, when you have such a boring backing track like this, where you're just kind of in E major only... I would bet you if you had a track that was like modulating like in just a jazz fusion kind of way, this method would break down real fast, because it would, like, all the patterns would just be gone. You have to find your new root note again. Yeah, what kind of backing track are you playing where you're going to be changing keys like every 2 bars like that? I'm just pointing out the like obvious bottlenecks that I see in this method. And his big thing, like, if you've seen any of his ads, is touting that you don't need music theory to play. But it's like the style of music that you're playing right now. Anybody who's playing like smooth jazz slash like 10-string guitars, he's doing like fast, like constant 16-note runs, they would get pretty bored just staying in E major. I bet the key is not going to change. It's like we're in church. How long could you do this before it's just like completely obnoxious? The most dissonant notes he plays are like the 4 going to the 3. He's restricted to only the notes of the tritone in E major, and that is all he gets. Yeah. That's nice, I like that. I don't know, I mean, let's see the rest of this video. That sounds horrible. What?
Hi, I'm Tommy, man.
Yeah, you want to learn how to play this, like, nursery rhyme?
Learning fingerstyle is a series of milestones.
Okay, that's enough, that's enough.
Learned all the 5 positions of the pentatonic scale and all the stuff that they recommend out there, like the Cade system and all that kind of stuff. The reason why most guitar players can never put it all together is because they never see, or nobody ever tells them that there's a master key. What I mean by a master key is not a key like the key of G or the key of A or the key of B. It doesn't have letters. It has numbers. And each one of those
That's such a guitar thing to say. It's not letters, it's numbers,
numbers
bro.
has feelings. We said a key was a container.
Your numbers don't have feelings.
So the master key is a key that you can apply, kind of like a skeleton key for a door will open any door. It's a skeleton key for music, that you learn this one key with this.
Yeah, and you'll play in one key, and you'll never leave that key. Alright, so this is just a quick little video. I just wanted to hear him play guitar, and maybe just dog on him a little bit. But, you know, I relate with Breakthrough Guitar a lot, because he is just a guy trying to make a living, and that's, like, you know, that's what we're all doing out here. So, is he lying to people, or is he just a teacher of a genre that doesn't have, like, an official way of teaching it? Like, what even is this? Like, smooth jazz? Is that what he's playing? It doesn't sound like fusion, because there's not a whole lot going on in it. It's just, like, boring, smooth jazz, elevator music. There's no, like, right or wrong way to teach that, I think. So he's found, like, a fine way to teach it, and it's effective for playing all the notes in the same key over, like, 10 strings. It's, like, questionable, like, how practical it is for moving around in different keys. I'm sure there's a Breakthrough Guitar Part 2 explainer video for modulating through the 12 keys. Well, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. And hey, want some guitar lessons? I'll teach you how to play classical guitar. Not this. I won't teach you XYZ. I'll teach you ABC though. You know, pick your pick. Yeah, of course, merch. Pick up the merch. And, yeah. Anything else? Podcast? There's that. I haven't posted on that in a while. I will soon. I think, maybe. And alright. I'll see you in the next one.